So we are having us a great time this afternoon. Sitting with these are sisters that we are sitting with today, and they actually have a business that they work and do. So what I'm going to do is allow them the chance to introduce themselves. So if you want to go ahead and tell everyone, like who you are and what you do, then yeah.
Absolutely. I am Leonie. Leonie James is my full name, and I am a healthcare provider. We have a business which is wellness, and it's called Wellness Crafters. And at Wellness Crafters, we craft wellness just for you. So we are aware that everyone is uniquely created and everyone have different needs. So we provide care in different aspects, medication management, IV, hydration, restoration. We give consultation in medication management.
Okay, wow. So we met your sister. So let's I guess that let's go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone as well.
Hi, I'm Diandra Isaacs. I am one of the co-founders of Wellness Crafters.
Now, what would you say you like the most about what you do?
The results. Just seeing, people think that they could not do something and realize that not because they have not seen it done, that it is possible and they did it.
How is it, like we're having a business, working and being, right with your sister? Like, how is that having it where sisters are, working in business together? And some people, they say, no way I could work with a family member or something. How is it with you working with your sister?
It's a wonderful experience, to be honest with you. People would probably think we think alike. We don't. We are polar opposites. Night and day, but we balance each other off. I would say we complement each other, and there's never a time where I feel like it's never gonna work. She's very innovative. She always comes up with weird ideas, and then I'll execute. So it's a wonderful experience. It's not a job, honestly. It's just waking up and living for us.
Okay, so healthcare, is this something that you've always been passionate about, when did this journey start where you say, that's it, I'm gonna do, like healthcare? What happened to make that actually come about?
Wow, that's a very good question. I would just say it chose me. It did chose me when I was overweight. I was about my heaviest at 326, and that was the answer to me that healthcare is what I needed to focus on, because to me, I saved my life by losing weight. So I saw healthcare as in a different lens after that journey.
Wow, so you say that it was basically from your own personal experience and what you went through, and that's what got you on this journey. I notice a lot of times when people are doing things, it's typically something personal that happened to them that get them on a journey to want to help out others. So question I have for you now, I guess before we get into how you got through that journey, let's take it all the way back to when you were just a little girl. So when you're a little girl, so where did you grow up from? Where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Jamaica.
Whoa, well, look at that. So you grew up in Jamaica. Now, how was that growing up, in Jamaica? How was that?
Ooh, all right. So growing up in Jamaica, it was a little bit different from what life is now. My mom, she was not, I would not say she was not very educated, but she did not get college education. So she wanted to pour what she did not get into her kids. So we went to school before school, after school, during school, on Saturday, and on Sundays. So education was just a big thing in my family. We play outside, we back then they only had like 2 channels. So TV would sign on and sign off. So the only other thing that you have to do was your schoolwork. So growing up in Jamaica, we grew up in a community where the community grew us. You know, we literally could be on the street doing something bad and an adult discipline us and we go home and get disciplined again. So we grew up with a community where it wasn't like just one person growing you, it was the entire community. And of course, education and being disciplined and committed.
Now, was there any struggle, anything that happened when you all grew up in Jamaica, or what would you say happened then?
At one point, we had a Category 4 hurricane. We lost everything. My sister, she does not like me to say we were homeless, but we became, she said, not homeless, we were displaced. Okay, but we lost everything. My sister was a baby. I remember running with her next door because the roof from our home came off. It was my first day of high school. I've never saw a hurricane. I was so excited for the hurricane to come and also excited to go to high school because I thought it was just going to be a rainy day. So that was one major event in, growing up as a child, first day of high school. Every time I think about that, I remember, the hurricane.
Wow. So now she talked about, so what was your take on that when you all were growing up? I mean, a hurricane, and how did do you remember any of that at all?
I actually remember just having I have a flashback of being carried and just being able to look up to the sky, I guess it was. But that's all I remember. I know something was wrong, and I know someone was carrying me, and that person was my sister.
Okay, so wow, that sounds like a lot, that actually happened. So I'm just gonna go to one incident. So what was that, that devastation like for the family with the hurricane? Like what was that like to go through something like that?
Well, basically we were kids, so we didn't even understand what we were going through. It was, we didn't have to go to school. Now we didn't have to do the school after school, the school before school. It's kind of like you're going through a rough time. It's now in retrospect that you think about it, how scary it was for our parents, but back then we didn't know what we were going through. We were just having fun, just being kids. It's looking back, we're seeing that our parents may have had it hard. And that kind of shaped us to say, man, if they were able to pull through everything with very little resources, we have a 99.99% chance of even doing better than what they did.
Wow, man, that's something else, how we can go through things as kids and not really notice the gravity of it. So now the hurricanes happen. Now you're smoothly sailing along once again, and then boom, another event happened with your dad. So what happened with that?
So I was a daddy's girl. I was very, very close to my dad, and going to college, we went to college very early. I was very young then too, because like I said, education was the only thing we had to do back then. So I went to college early, and Dad suddenly passed away from an asthma attack, and it was just devastating. That's when you really understand death as a child or younger person, because no, you'll never see that person again. And now Mom had to be Dad and Mom, and she had to raise 3 kids on her own. She had me, my brother in college, and my sister in high school. So that was another event. And going to college at that time, one income is gone, so it's just Mom income. So my brother and I, we would stay back at college during holidays, and we would work on the college so that we could help Mom to finance us while we were in college. So that was an interesting moment. But we did not feel like we were being punished or it was rough. We were having fun. One thing I can tell you, at any journey in our life, we're having fun. We're laughing. We never feel like we never feel like it was rough. We are just always having fun. And it's me and my brother and sister all along, just having fun.
What was it like on your end? What did you go through when you realized that, hey, your dad is no longer here with you?
I remember experiencing just a feeling of loss. My brother and sister had already gone away to college, and I knew he was never gonna show up at home again.
Wow, look at so I mean, obviously the devastation of losing a parent and going through more things, obviously that's rough for anyone.
Yes.
So after that occurred and you all got through that, was everything pretty much smooth sailing afterwards, or did anything else ever occur?
So we wanted to go back to university at that point, and we relocated to United States. And here we are, trying to fit into the first world again and just trying to grow as young adult from a third world country into a first world. It was with its own challenge, changing career path.
Wow, so you grew up, all of that time you had your sister with you. So here it is. Now she goes off to the States and leave you, just leave you by yourself with mom. How was that actually for you? Like, what was that experience like, knowing, wow, my sister's gone?
We're always very close, and at the time we had the opportunity to have a cell phone, and we would talk like every single day, but it was very different with her not physically being there.
And so now did you look up to her, like she was going off to school and doing different things? Did you kind of like look up to her and say, you know what, I want to do some of that? Or was it more like, nope, that's her thing and I'm not sticking with it? Or what was your thought?
Oh, absolutely. My sister and my brother are my role models. They were going off to college, leaving the community, and they would come back. And whenever they would come home, like for the weekend, it would always be a joyous event. I wanted to be like them. I wanted to be like my sister and my brother.
So you're the youngest sister.
I am.
Oh man, now do you feel more like the protector of your sister with being the young one, or is she more like the protector? How would you say?
A little of both. She is the one who I run to for everything. I go, you better not let my sister come here, okay? And then she'll come to me and she'll say, handle this. So a little of both, I would say.
Wow, so for you, so now here it is, and sis is gone and you going, that's it, let me see what I'm gonna do. Now, did you follow her steps? Did you go off to college or anything?
I did. I went to college. I did international relations first, and then I went to law school.
Oh, wait a minute, law school. Uh-oh, I didn't know about all of that. So you went off to law. Now, what was that like? Good God, that takes some, yeah, I do not have the law school gene in me. So what was that like going off to law school?
That was a great experience for me and for us, because like I said, every aspect of my journey, every phase I go through in life, my sister and brother are always there. I remember going to do an exam in Cave Hill, and my sister was on the phone the entire trip. I had to switch locations and she was on the phone. So it was almost as if she went to law school with me. She was always there.
Wow, so look at that. So here it is. Talk about the confidence and boldness. I don't know how you were able to do so. You just up and said, that's it. going somewhere for more of a challenge? And where did you come to once you came over to the States? Where did you end up at?
Lakeland, Florida. And why did I choose Lakeland, Florida? I came on a vacation and to visit a friend, and I'm like, it's so remote. It's pretty much like remind me of back home, and I decided just to stay.
Wow. Okay. So look at me. That must have been some type of trip. So here it is. Go on vacation, see a friend, and then just never left. Now, did you all end up? You say you all end up getting married?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Well, I got another question. Now, did you get married and everything as well? I know that she did. Did you get married? Keep following the steps. So what happened?
I did. I did get married and I had a son.
The thing about life is that people come in your life for a reason and for a season, and you see things together in the beginning the same way, but then when one start growing faster than the other, it can become a problem.
Man, okay. So yeah, I mean, I can definitely understand that. People that grow apart, things happen different. So once you move through that part of life, yeah. So I'm assuming so everything just after that took off like a rocket for you, smooth sailing. All of a sudden, business get up and rolling, and that was it, right? Happily ever after.
Oh, cancer, breast cancer. Breast cancer came in. I had to go through the surgery. I had to go through 6 months of chemotherapy, 36 dosage of radiation. And during that time, some complications where I've had at least, I would say 10 to 12 surgeries. I had to go through image, dealing with loss of hair, loss of breast, just seeing myself through a different lens, recreating myself, and of course, purposefully knowing that even though I lost my breasts, I lost my hair, I lost how I look as a child, teenager, or young person, I had to restore myself. And from that, I was able to just be the person I am, accept who I am, and see this as an avenue to let people know through everything they can overcome challenges and just rebuild.
Wow. So okay. So it seems like your sister was just now mentioning and talking about, when she had cancer. Like, where were you at? Like when you got that call and about her having cancer. What did you go through at that time?
Actually, I had just come out of a lecture. I was in my final semester of law school, and she called and she said, I have some news. I've been diagnosed with cancer. And I remember asking, what's next?
Oh my goodness, that is, man, talk about some devastation. So to go through that and basically just changing identity all of a sudden, changing who you were as a person. How did you get through that?
Through that, you develop grit, you develop purpose. And, my sister and I, or one of our favorite color is purple. And the reason, because each letter means something to us, where the P, purposeful, the U, understanding, the R, resilience, the P again for premium quality. Whatever you get from us, it's going to be premium quality. The L is for lifelong changes, and the E is for empowerment. We believe in empowering others So if we can do it, everyone else have a 99.9 chance of doing it. And that's just what we pour into our business and into others. That's why we have wellness crafters crafting wellness just for you.
So now you said that you were in school. Now you weren't over here in Florida anywhere in school. You were still, over in a totally different location. So what did you do once you got that call? I mean, did you stay in school or what happened?
No, that was the last time I was in school there. I needed to be here with her to help her. So I quit law school and I took 50% of my family and I came here.
So what was it like? So, to see or have a family member go through something like that, and it's your sister that you're so close to. What was that journey like for you that you went through watching your sister transform like she did? What did that do to you?
My sister really totally transformed. By the time I got here, she'd already lost her hair. She changed complexion, shape of her face changed, her weight changed, and of course, she'd lost her breast. So we were getting reintroduced to each other, getting to meet this version of her so we could embrace this phase together.
Did you even think or hesitate for 1 second to say, wow, look, everything's now going to change in my life? Or did you just drop everything, say, that's it, I'm there for my sister and we're going to figure it out?
The last one, it was never an option. That's the type of sacrifice that family makes. We don't think twice about whether or not we should, or maybe not, because no. I came as soon as I could, and there was no looking back. We're there for each other, regardless of the situation. That's just who we are.
I gotta ask, so how much prayer was involved through all of that stuff that you went through and heartache? I mean, was there just a lot of prayer and tears, or what was it?
Wow. Well, let's say we have a closer relationship with God. I would call upon God so much. I used to say, God, it's me again. It's me again. We get very, very close to God throughout all this, and we are believers, and we could not do it by ourselves. Honestly, it had to be some supreme being, whoever you believe in. For us, it's God, and we are always a believer and know that He got us. And I feel like that is one of the things that bring us through our challenges, and whatever we decide to do, we have never ever feel fearful. We just know that we have protection, and we're protected by God.
So after going through, something like that, and seeing what your sister went through, and then you just being, strong and right there with her, when would you say that the transformation happened where you say, you know what, yes, we can have a business and do something? What would you say was that a conversation you guys had? Like, how did that conversation go?
I think we kind of got to a point where we realized that just caring for each other and being there for each other, coming up with plans together, figuring out how to transform our lives together, we could actually help others, because we'd be able to walk the journey with them and go through the different phases with them, because we did it together for each other. and we always shared aspects of our journey with others, and we were always like trying to help others, and we realized, oh, they want us to. They are actually asking us for this. Let's do it.
So, question: why didn't you just give up? I mean, why didn't you just say, you know what, that's it? I mean, I've lost so much, and this is changing. That's it. What in the world just made you persevere? What was that?
That would be too easy. I love a challenge. You know, if you think about life, things like diamond is built under pressure. Giving up would be too easy. I would not have anything rewarding to show for it. When you're under pressure, you build more. And I knew it from day one. I wanted more. So giving up was not an option.
What was that turning point for you to make you actually do that?
Well, the turning point was people were asking for it. People wanted this, what we have to offer. They wanted a package. We were just giving away our service, everything that we have, and people are like asking. They're like, you make me feel better. You help me to be a better person, healthier person. Thank you for saving my life. Why don't you package this and help others? So people ask for it, and that's what my sister and I do. We like, you're asking for it, we're going to give you. You literally are asking us to give you more. They started feeling bad that we're just giving this away, giving it away, and they want the world to get it.
What's some of your thoughts on things that you've made? What's your stamp that you put on a business?
That's a good question. I would say I'm the one who is into the finesse of things. Like, I'm into the details. I have certain weird perceptions of how things could look. My sister will come up with the idea, and then she'll say, okay, how do you think this should flow? And that's where I come in. That's where I come to life, so to speak.
Man, so look at that. So here it is. So you're a mom. You're in business. You're doing great things, rocking and rolling. Man, how does your son view mom and his aunt and being like who you are? How do your son actually view that? Is that really inspiring and big to him?
I remember there was a time when we were both in school together, because I'm also a nurse and a nurse educator. And we would be studying together. I took him to classes with me because he was really tiny and it wasn't safe to leave him at home. So he would come to classes with me. And even though now he doesn't want to mention it, he loves the sciences. He loves taking care of others. And he has a passion for people.
Okay, so you have talked about the struggle, the coming up with all types of things and obstacles thrown your way. Let's flip the script. Let's talk about some of the rewards and benefits after you have put in all of that hard work. What's that look like, some of the rewards?
Woo! Oh, it may sound like a cliche when they say hard work pays off. It really pays off. My sister and I, we are able to travel the world now. We travel to Singapore, we travel to Bali, we go on cruises. We are able to just live our best life and have a lot of memories that in the past, going through all those challenges, we never thought we would be able to do any of that. And now we're able to travel, go to different places, immerse ourselves in different culture. We're able to play like kids again. We're able to laugh and just have fun and just be thankful that every day we get up is a good day.
Man, so wow, that is so awesome about reaping those benefits and good things now as far as when things roll. So what would you say on that? We heard her talking about the traveling and going places. what would you say, life is like on the flip side of that with reaping some of the benefits and rewards?
It's been, I think one of the coolest things for me is meeting people from so many different walks of life. People are just people, regardless of where they're from and what their situation is. And it's every day I learn something new. I learn something new about how somebody grew up, or I learned something new about what a person's goals are or how they see themselves, and just being able to participate in their journey and to help them craft wellness based on what they want and their perception of what that should look like for them is really great. Plus we meet people from all walks of life in various countries, so that's really good.
Okay, so I hear this about the purple and the each thing meaning something different. So now, who came up with each different meaning for purple? Like was that a collaboration, or who put the P in the P, the purple in the purple? Who did it? Let's talk about that for a second.
That I have to admit is my sister. Mac had this lipstick, right? It was purple. It was a shade of purple, and it really looked nice on her. And we realized this when she was going through chemo. And she had this purple dress, and she'd get all dressed up and dolled up in this dress and this lipstick. And I kept telling her, purple is your color, purple is your color. And she would just dance around in the purple until we started just purchasing everything purple for her. And we realized it really looks nice on her. And she just became attached to purple. And so that's how one day she said to me, I think we should make Wellness Crafters purple. Like, okay. and this is the reason. And she had a pretty good, solid plan. So I went with it.
What would you say is the takeaway that you would want anyone that meets you or your sister, know anything about the business? How do you want them to walk away? What is the takeaway that you want?
I would say don't limit yourself. I started off in a completely different field, like law to nursing to working on wellness, because it's an evolving thing. I would want them to know that it's possible and it can be just for you. However you perceive wellness, it can be done, and don't limit yourself, because we'll make it happen for you.
Well, ladies, just want to thank both of y'all so much for allowing me the time to sit and actually find out more about your business as well as about you, so that all the listeners, then they can just know a little bit more about who's behind the business. So thank you all so much for the transparency, as well as for just being open and allowing us into your field. So we thank you so much for that.